Let's now look at what the circulatory system. Okay, you already know what the circulatory system is, not? Circulatory system talks about what? Movement of what? Blood, is it not? That's what it does. So that is the circulatory system. And then parts of the circulatory system, you already know. You have the major one, which is what? The heart. Okay, the heart is the muscle that is found in the chest cavity. Okay, it is the main organ of the respiratory system that helps to pump blood throughout the body. It is divided into 4 sections. Okay, 2 atria and 2 ventricles. Okay, that's what you should know. That is for the heart. All right. The body has about 5 liters of blood that is constantly moving in a circle. The process begins in the left ventricles of the heart, where oxygenated blood that has just returned from the lungs is then pushed through the heart, the largest artery, and then to the rest of the body. Okay, and then the brain cells tells the heart which part of the body we need the blood the most, and then from there it will be circulated through different parts, which is the vein and the arteries. All right, that's what you need to know. So let's look at common disease of the heart. The first is your coronary artery disease. Okay, coronary artery disease is a disease that occurs when the arteries that supply the heart muscles with oxygen becomes blocked. So when that artery muscles become blocked, the blockage is caused by a very waxy material called plaque. Okay, plaque build up over time from the food that a person choose to eat, especially those fatty food. All right, if the food contains too much lipid, I think it causes it also. So year after year of that build up of that plaque, it will eventually shrink the area through which blood passes, making it harder and difficult for blood to smoothly pass through the artery. Okay, this becomes a major concern if one of the passage becomes completely blocked. All right, so you should know the cause of coronary artery disease. The second one is stroke. Stroke occurs when a blood clot completely blocks the passage of oxygen-rich blood to the brain. Okay, so when the brain does not receive enough oxygen, a part of the brain will be damaged, and that leads to stroke. Okay, it can be a cause here, and you also find it as a cause under the nervous system. Okay, another heart disease we'll be looking at is hypertension. Okay, the amount of pressure that your body supplies against the walls of the arteries and veins is called blood pressure. All right, as you are moving, as blood is moving, it's creating pressure. All right, when that pressure becomes too high, that's what we mean by high blood pressure. Okay, it puts unnecessary stress on your heart and then your circulatory system as well. Imagine blood just flowing unnecessarily all over your body. That is too much pressure. It's making too much of flow. So it's high blood pressure. All right. Let's now look at the digestive system. Okay, digestive system already begins from the mouth. Okay, is it not? Yes. And then goes to the stomach. You have the major organs there: the mouth, esophagus, your stomach, your small intestine, your liver, your gall, your bladder, pancreas, kidney, and then your large and small intestine. Is it not? Yes. The main thing is that when food gets to your mouth, passes through your esophagus, it gets to your stomach, it is further crushed. Okay? As it is further crushed with some chemical in the stomach, hydrochloric acid helps to break down the food into smaller pieces, before it releases into the intestine. So now go into the small intestine. It is the small intestine that, so when it gets to that small intestine, it is there that it is converted into food nutrients. And then any other whatever that is not used is sent to the large intestine. Now the liver function here is that it creates bile, which is a liquid that is high acidic. Okay, it is highly acidic. This liquid helps tremendously to break down food chemically. All right, Yes, that is what it helps to do. Common disease of the digestive system. Okay, common disease of the digestive system. The first one we have is your Crohn's disease. Okay, Crohn's disease occurs when the wall of your gastrointestinal tract becomes swollen. The disease can occur in one isolated spot, several different places, or even throughout the entire tract. People with such Crohn's disease complain of stomach pain, okay, tremendous weight loss, and diarrhea. Okay, it's caused by what? Crohn's disease. The other one is celiac disease. Okay, celiac disease occurs when a person's body cannot digest protein molecule, okay, which is called gluten. Gluten is found in most carbohydrates, which are the body's main source of what? Energy production. People who have celiac disease and consumes gluten can cause serious damage to the lining of the small intestine. This can lead to a variety of symptoms, even death. Okay, so it's very, very important you know some of all these diseases. All right, there's another one we call gastroesophageal reflux syndrome. It occurs when acid from the stomach climbs back up into the esophagus and causes a burning sensation. The acid can damage the lining of the walls of the esophagus and then lead to chronic pain and discomfort. All right, so let's look at your nervous system. Okay, your nervous system, you already know what it is, a brain of what? Of your system. And just like the way the computer CPU is, that's how your brain is. Without your nervous system, everything is useless. Okay, and the major organ is what? The brain. Then you have the spinal cord, and then you have what? The nerves, neurons, and then you have your receptors. Okay, the brain is located inside the skull. It is essentially a bunch of what? Neurons packed tightly together. The brain acts like the central processing unit of what? A computer, like I said. While the spinal cord is a big nerve that passes information between the brain and the rest of the body. And then you have your neurons or your nerve cells, which constantly move and then carry what? Information. Okay, and then the receptors are located throughout the entire body, and their job is to report information. So how does the nervous system work? The nervous system is responsible for controlling what? The movement of the body. Okay, as the body is moving, it is constantly what? Reporting back information to the brain in a feedback loop. You get it now? Yes. So different receptor, which of course I said earlier, carries information. Okay, it will tell the brain the different information, and then the brain will respond back, and that action is what? Taking. Is it not? That is how the action is what? Taking. So you must know that, and I'm using this diagram as a summary to explain what I'm saying. So you look at your brain that is divided into the left and the right part. Look at the right and the left brain. You can see what they do. Okay, the left brain has to do with analytical thought. You have detail-oriented perception. You have arrangement or ordered arrangement. You have rational thought, normal thought, that is right. You have verbal, you have to talk. You have caution. You have planning, and then you have math and science and what's it called? Ability there, and then you have logic, ability to think properly and come up with solutions of puzzle, and then you have right field vision, and then you have left side and then motor skill. On the right hand side you have a little bit different. Okay, this one has to do with feelings or intuitive thought, and then you have your holistic perception. You select it randomly. You have your emotional thought. Okay, you have non-verbal, and then you have advention, you have impulse. All these are the actions of the section of what? The brain. Okay, your brain will process all this information and send signals back to the muscles, telling it what to do next in the light of the new information. Okay, the key is to remember that the nervous system is constantly functioning in two directions: message going out and message coming in. Okay, that's what you must know. The nervous system has many other important functions, but that is the important thing you must know. So let's look at some common disease of the nerve system, okay, or the nervous system. You have the first one there, Alzheimer's disease. Okay, Alzheimer's disease is a disease that typically occurs in older adults. The brain cells slowly begin to deteriorate. That is, start losing its ability to work properly. All right, and then variety of symptoms starts to show up. Okay, the person become confused in thinking. You will lose some memory, don't remember things easily, and then begin to behave strange, and then there's difficulty in doing things, okay, or getting things done. And another one is Parkinson's disease. The most notable symptom of Parkinson's disease are you have muscular tremors, you have shakiness, you have difficulty walking, and then you have slurred speech. Okay, your speech becomes slurred. The difference between this one and the Alzheimer's disease is that the Alzheimer's disease occurs in only old people, okay, and it affects a person's memory. But Parkinson's disease mostly affects a person's movement ability. Okay, it affects how somebody walks, to affect your movement. And then I told you about stroke, is it not? I will talk about stroke in the what? In the nervous system. And here it is. Stroke is caused by what? Lack of proper oxygen supply. So when one part of your brain is damaged, okay, when one part of your brain is damaged, it causes a stroke. Okay, when the brain does not receive oxygen from the circulatory system, it slowly begins to deteriorate more and more each second. Okay, at the end of the day, it leads to what we call stroke. Let's look at musculoskeletal system. What is musculoskeletal system? Musculoskeletal system consists of all the bones in the body, okay, and all the muscles that connect the bones together. Without this system, movement would not be possible. The system works very closely with both the nervous system and the circulatory system in order to function properly. Do you get it now? Yes, they work together to function properly. You can take a look if you want to see how the structure of the skeletal muscles look like. So you have the bone, you have the perimysium, you have the blood vessels, you have the muscle fiber, you have the fascicle, you have the endomysium, you have the epimysium, and then you have the tendon. All right, all these functions are, or these are the parts of the system that work together to form what we call the musculoskeletal system. So the bones, the muscle, the joints, the ligaments, and then the tendons are the parts. Bones and your skeleton are the frame of your body. You know, you have 206 bones in your body, right? And bones are made up of rigid minerals called what? Calcium, right? The calcium are what make up the bones, seriously. And then spongy materials which called the collagen, okay? The calcium keeps the bone strong and able to withstand forces, while the collagen makes the bone flexible enough to deal with impact and movement. Okay, so that is for the bones. All right, and then you have the muscles, which are mechanisms between the bones that push and pull them in order to create movement. So muscle help for movement. And then you have joints, where you have two bones attached together so that they can be able to move. Okay, and then you have ligaments, which are flexible yet tough tissue that help keep joints stable. All right, so you have the ligament that keeps the joint stable. The tendon are the end materials of the muscle. Okay, they start directly into the bones and are slightly together and more rigid than the muscle tissue. Okay, so that they prevent injury. The main function of the musculoskeletal system is to create movement. The movement generally allows the body to travel from point A to B, or limb to move from one position to another. In order for movement to be created, the body must first have a source of energy, and then oxygen as well. And then this comes from where? The nervous and the circulatory system, is it not? Yes. And when you want to move a limb, your brain will send a neurological message through your neurons, is it not, or your nerve cells, to the muscles associated with that limb. All right, let's take an example. You need to bring a cup of water to your mouth. You want to bring your forearm towards your mouth. In order to complete this movement, your biceps muscle must be activated, so the brain will send a message to the muscle to contract. And when the bicep tissue shortens, it will pull the forearm closer to the upper arm. You know, all these are part of your brain work. All right, yes, part of your brain work, and then the rest is done. Okay, osteoporosis is a disease that slowly see the density of bones decline until they become very frail and fragile. Okay, your bone continue to lose strength. As it's losing strength and losing strength and losing strength, at some point it will what? Break down. Okay? Muscular dystrophy is a degenerative disease where the muscles of the body slowly get weaker and then deteriorate over time. All right, so this affects your muscles. Okay, and then the next is what? The fibromyalgia. All right, you take a look at your fibromyalgia. It's a brain disease, okay, caused by brain disorder. All right, yes, caused by brain disorder. So let's look at interaction of the human system. Okay, let's look at interaction of the human system. Now, all this your body system have discussed, one thing you must know is that even though they stay on their own, they cannot work alone. They all depend on each other to function. For example, your digestive system cannot function alone. Okay, it will depend on the brain, which is the nervous system. Okay, not only that, it also depends on the what? The circulatory system as well. You understand? That's what we mean by what? Interaction of the human body system. All the body systems are different, but they cannot work on their own. Okay, like I said, the human body is a complex machine. Okay, when you look at the person living, seems so easy. You know, our bodies take care of so many of our day-to-day requirements without us even consciously thinking about it. In reality, there are many different systems functioning together to keep us alive and living a happy and healthy life. Is it not? Yes. Let's look at organ and system interaction. That's what I'm saying now. Circulatory and respiratory system, they work together. Circulatory and digestive system work together. Circulatory and nervous system work together. Circulatory and musculoskeletal system work together. Respiratory and musculoskeletal system work together. Respiratory and nervous system work together. Respiratory and digestive system work together. Musculoskeletal and nervous system work together. Musculoskeletal and digestive system work together. And then your nervous system and your digestive system work together. Okay? Yes, I want you to watch this video and learn more on this topic. Okay? Human body system. Alright? Pay attention.
Careful.
Pieces.
Oh!
Did you know that humans, as most animals, are also made of pieces?
Pieces?
These pieces are called organs, such as our heart, brain, skin. They each specialize in a concrete job. The heart pumps blood. The brain gives instructions to the other organs. The skin protects our body. The different organs work together, making up systems. Circulatory system, respiratory system, digestive system, bone system, muscular system. Systems are organized groups of elements that work together. In the human body, systems are groups of organs that perform vital functions, such as breathing, moving, eating, or that as well.
And there are lots of systems like those in the human body.
Yes, humans are made up of different systems. One of them is the bone system, made up by bones. Their job is to give a structure to our body and protect internal organs.
Sorry.
The bone system works together with the muscular system that allows us to make movements such as walking, running, or moving other organs, such as the lungs that belong to the respiratory system. The function of this system is to obtain oxygen from air, transport it to our blood, and remove carbon dioxide. The digestive system has a similar job. It breaks down the food we eat to obtain the nutrients all the systems need to work properly. Oxygen and nutrients are transported to the blood and the different parts of our body thanks to the circulatory system. But nothing can move without the directions of the nervous system that controls and coordinates all the actions we carry out, sending and receiving signals throughout the entire body. Voluntary actions such as kicking a ball, and involuntary actions such as blinking or breathing. The different organs that make up each system need each other. And the different systems depend on each other to keep us alive.
And if a system does not work well...
Not necessarily. When a system fails, it affects our other systems and, in general, we get sick. Fortunately, we also have systems in charge of repairs and our defenses. But we need to take care of our health to help them do their job. I'm sure you know simple ways to take care of your body. The human body is a fascinating machine that should last our entire life.
Got it! The organs of the human body work in teams called systems that keep you alive. And all these systems make up the most amazing system of all, you! Oops!
Welcome back from that video. I believe from this lesson you now know how the human body system is formed, from the cell down to the system. You now know the various body system, the excretory system, respiratory system, and then you now know how some of the human body functions, such as how your respiratory system work, how your excretory system work, and then you also know some of the diseases of some of this human body system. Okay, and then you now know that the human body system are separate, but they depend on each other to function properly, and one cannot function alone. All right, one cannot function alone. That now brings us to the end of this lesson. I want you to attempt your quiz and do your text worksheet. Okay, I'll see you in the next class.